The Dendera Light is like the Genesis story with Enki. When I read the words, "Let there be light," I don't hear a vague, poetic metaphor. I hear Enki, literally a true god of Genesis, the chief scientist of the Anunnaki, flipping a switch, activating something artificial, turning on a literal light. When I see carved into the walls of the Temple of Hathor, I don't see mythology, I see technology. It looks like a giant light bulb, like an elongated tube with a coiled serpent inside, emerging from a lotus base, connected to the Deji pillar, and wires extending to what looks like a control box. This wasn't symbolic, it was a device. You think ancient people would have known what a plasma arc or a vacuum tube was? No? They saw it and they called it divine light. They saw gods turning on the sun. They thought it was magic. But it wasn't magic. It was science. Science that they couldn't understand. And here's where it all connects back to the Anunnaki again. In the Sumerian text, Enki was the bringer of knowledge, the one who shaped humanity. He was the one who said, "Let there be light," long before that phrase ever made it into the book of Genesis. And if that light was artificial, if it was part of the Anunnaki's terraforming process, then the Dendera Light might be a leftover remnant of what ancient technology was. Literal piece of the Genesis story, hiding in plain sight. So now let's talk about Hathor, the goddess of love, fertility, and the heavens. But she was also the celestial cow, the mistress of the stars. The very temple where the Dendera Light is found is hers. She was worshipped as a sky being. She has the same divine feminine attributes you would find in Ninhursag, the Anunnaki goddess of life and healing. Hathor may not just be Egyptian. She may be the Egyptian memory of Ninhursag herself. And that temple, that crypt, it's not just a sacred space. It's a vault of forgotten technology. Even Eric von Daniken said it. This is no myth. This is electricity. He was one of the first to publicly say it decades ago. And I've been saying it too. This is evidence of Anunnaki in plain sight. I saw a TikToker where someone tried to claim this as new research, but let's give credit where it's due. Von Daniken saw it and we see it. They say it's just a serpent and a lotus flower. I say it's a light source, a sacred one, just misinterpreted by ancient eyes. So when Enki said, "Let there be light," maybe he meant exactly that. And maybe, just maybe, the Dendera Light is what he turned on. I mean, the evidence is right here. Yet people will try to say, "Oh no, it's symbolic. It's a serpent coming out of the womb of the lotus." Please, just stop. As always, what do you think in the comments? Do you agree with me that this is most probably what they use for electrical lighting, artificial lighting?